Last night, Twitter exploded with Kanye going after Drizzy Drake, and we're going to break down all the tweets, walk you through exactly what went down, and dissect what was said. Now, Kim Kardashian, she also chimed in, but a lot of people are questioning if this was Ye posing as Kim, a good old-fashioned catfish. And the little pump, he got arrested once again, and, well, he really nailed the mugshot. I feel like this is going to move a few units of merch. Ariana Grande's new song, Imagine, well, it's rumored to be about Mac Miller. Stormy Daniels, she's up Shit's Creek with her lawsuit against President Donald Trump. And, after sleeping with the man and then exposing him, well, it looks like she's getting stuck with a bill of $100,000. Yikes! We'll have all this and more in just a second.
I'm in the hospital.
You lie so much
Let's
to
send the location.
I'm number one.
I just want to give a shout out to Tamara. She never gets featured. Hi, Tamara. She edits most of the videos. Today it's Ryan. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, and welcome back to Famous News. Now, today we got a whole bunch of news stories. Also, last night I was hanging out with my boy Todd Shapiro, so I want to give a shout out to him. And when two guys like me get together, we ended up actually boxing, and my wrist hurts. Anyway, I really need to grow up. Let's move on. Now, if you were on Twitter last night, you probably took notice of Kanye West going after Drake. Now, this storm, it ended with too many tweets to count, but it begins by talking about Drake's verse on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode, where he believed he threatened Kanye himself and his family. He tweeted, "Been trying to meet with you for 6 months, bro. You sneak dissing me on Travis Records and texting Chris talking about how's the family." This is in reference to Drake's line in Sicko Mode where he rapped, "I crept down the block, made a right, cut the lights, paid the price." Now you might be wondering what that line has to do with Ye. Well, people did some digging on Google Maps and they figured out that Kanye's house is actually down the block and to the right from Drake's, making it clear that Kanye's house is the place Drake is referring to in that line. Now once you realize that, well, the whole cut the lights, paid the price, it's kind of, it fits together. It also comes across a little more sinister. And you thought it was just a simple rap banger. Yikes. Now after a lot more tweets, Kanye mentioned that Drake, he called him, but clearing things up, he tweeted, "Drake called trying to threaten me." He goes on to mention the kid who rushed Pusha T on stage in the Toronto show. Well, he believes Drake was behind that. It's pretty complex. It's also very confusing. Now with Kanye making a lot of spelling mistakes, and sometimes he even tweeted the same thing twice. But trying to summarize it, well, Kanye seems to want to make peace with Drake, and he wants to avoid any potential violent confrontation. He also wants to make it clear that he believes Drake and other rappers wouldn't be where they are today without him. He tweeted, "You ain't never been easy, I navigated these waters before you. That's why you could be you." He ends up finishing this rather long Twitter rant with a bunch of tweets like this. And, well, at the end of the day, he wants to focus on the positive in his life. Now, with this whole situation, if it wasn't messy enough, well, the lovely Kim Kardashian decided to step up for her husband, Kanye. She tweeted out, "Drake never threatened my husband or our family. He paved the way for there to be a Drake." She followed this up with, "My husband is the most brilliant person, the most genius person that I know. He has broken so many boundaries, everything from music, stage design, fashion, and culture, and will continue to change the world." I gotta say, it's great that she's standing by her man, but a lot of people are referring to the line genius, and they're questioning if Kanye got a hold of Kim's phone and he was tweeting these out himself. I guess we'll never know. Now, at the end of the day, Kanye, he suffered from some mental health issues, something that, well, he mentioned in his recent wave of tweets. So, well, we all gotta wish the man the best, and, well, I'm hoping he finds, whatever the hell it is he's looking for. Ariana Grande, she dropped a new track called Imagine, and while at first it may just seem like another romantic song for the pop singer, well, the internet has picked up a lot of hints that this suggests that the guy Ariana is singing about, well, it is in fact her late ex-boyfriend rapper Mac Miller. The title itself, Imagine, is actually a word that Mac Miller had tattooed on his arm. On top of that, there's also multiple lyrics in Imagine that seems to reference Mac Miller's track Cinderella, a song that was apparently written by Mac about Ariana. In Imagine, well, Ariana, she has a line where she states, "Staying up all night, order me a pad thai." And in Cinderella, well, Mac, he rapped, "And when you're hungry, I can chef you up a stir fry." Now, if references to food weren't enough, well, there's more to it than that. Ariana also sang, "Feels like forever, baby. I never thought that it would be you." Now, this is extremely similar to the line by Mac where he says, "You used to tell me all the time I ain't your type. Now you always want to spend the night." Well, a lot of people are praising Ariana for this tribute to Mac. Well, a tweet she put out last night promoting the launch of the song, it's gotten a lot of people turning on her. In a tweet she stated, "Guys, I know there are grown men arguing online, but Miley and I dropping our beautiful new songs tonight. So y'all could please just behave for just like a few hours so the girls can shine. That'd be so sick. Thank you. Now this is obviously referencing the whole Kanye Twitter rant about Drake. One Twitter user responded saying, "This is actually so disappointing. A man of color who's being open about his mental health struggle is trying to speak what he feels is his truth at this moment, and you really want to minimize him by saying this? Your song is cute, I guess." Another user made fun of her perspective on the whole situation, where they stated, "I see the attention is on two men and not two women. So you all give us attention or I'll use the sexist card." Another user who seems to be a fan of hers, well, he put it simple by stating, "You really tried that? Girl, I love you, but this ain't it." Now it seems like Ariana, she can't get a break. That's usually the problem with the internet. You can't please them all. Regardless, she has a massive fan base and they love her no matter what. So I think she'll be a-okay. Now Stormy Daniels, she's been ordered by a US federal judge to pay President Donald Trump $293,000. That's for his lawyer fees after she lost her defamation suit against him. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to take on the president. Now this is kind of old news, but if you're just catching up, well, she had claimed that she and Trump, they had sex and that Trump's legal team paid her $130,000 in a non-disclosure agreement. And that was made just before the presidential election that Trump won. The defamation suit was filed after Stormy claimed she was threatened by someone who told her to keep quiet about her affair with Trump. To which President Trump tweeted saying that there was no man who threatened her and that the whole thing was a con job. Essentially, what he's saying is fake news.
You are fake news.
So Stormy decided to take him to court, and as you can see, well, it didn't go too well for her. Her lawyer, Michael Avenatti,
Creepy porn lawyer.
well, he says the original payment amount was higher. He stated, Trump received less than one half what they asked for because the request was gross and excessive. He also goes on to say that he doesn't believe Stormy will have to pay the money, saying Stormy will never have to pay a dime because they owe her over $1 million in attorney fees and costs for the main non-disclosure case. Now this is in reference to another case from Stormy against Trump, saying that her non-disclosure agreement wasn't valid because Trump, he never actually signed it himself. Now Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, who was involved in all this, well, he just got sentenced to 3 years in prison, in part because of the hush money payment. So the story might not be over just yet. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's very interesting, the news these days. Porn stars and everything. Kid Cudi was featured in a preview for a new show called Red Table Talk, where he admitted to feeling ashamed about opening up in regards to his mental health. Take a look.
For a long time, I was not happy when I woke up in the morning. It started off with something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Just being like, why don't I feel okay?
Yeah.
You know?
Now it's always good to see more and more people, especially celebrities, opening up about how they feel, you know, since, well, that's the best way to make a step in the right direction for your mental health. I've had some issues myself. Good on him. Now Little Pump, he got arrested again, and this time while boarding a flight from Miami to LA. Customs, they sensed the strong odor of weed. This was coming from his bag, so they arrested him for transporting drugs. But then it was later revealed that it was all an accident. It just smelled so bad, they're like, drugs gotta be in there. But there were no drugs in the bag. Anyway, his mugshot, it's a masterpiece. And I feel like it's gonna move a few units of merch. I really feel like I should get booked, just so I can have a mugshot, and then I'd have some merch to sell. Not a bad idea. Now, Obi Tracy apologized for a recent homophobic rant he made at a show here in Toronto. He was on stage and he decided to comment on the recent Kevin Hart homophobic tweet controversy. And what he said, well, it's probably best if we don't repeat it. But it was obviously extremely offensive and a lot of people, they were mad, and rightfully so. Now he took to Instagram in a now deleted video saying, I didn't say anything to purposely offend anyone. I have no bias towards the LGBTQ community, and considering some of the things he said and the fact that the apology video is now deleted, I think it might be hard for people to forgive him. What happened to Obi Tracy? I feel like Obi deserves an after their famous video. Obi Tracy, real name, no gimmicks. Let's move on. All right, moving on to what's trending. Now your man, Mr. Beast, he dropped his latest epic with 12 YouTubers, one circle. And this was all for $100,000 in cash.
12 YouTubers, one circle, no sitting, and every hour we add 1 pound to their weight vest. Winner gets $100,000.
Your contestants included Leon Lush, Danny Duncan, Alex Ernst, Casper Lee, Rice Gum, Mini Lad, Jog Squad, FaZe Rain, FaZe Rug, FaZe Adapt, Tufu, Winnie, Calix. I don't know who half these people are, but they're all very popular. Now, I don't want to spoil the end of the video, but it doesn't end how you would imagine. Very interesting. Also, that Mr. Beast, he's in a league of his own. Good for him. Next, we have a video called The First Time Rainbow Six Siege in Real Life, and this was created by Squeezy. Now, if you're familiar with the popular first-person shooter game, well, Rainbow Six Siege is pretty cool. It features live-action reenactments of the crazy action sequences from the game, and, well, it's done really well. Almost makes you want to see like the full movie version, you know what I mean? And finally, we have Vanessa Hudgens on Hot Ones, and as usual with the show, well, they got pretty hot. Maybe even hotter with Miss Hudgens on set. She talked about her movie roles from High School Musical to Spring Breakers, so if you're a fan, you should definitely check it out.
It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Vanessa Hudgens. You know,
hot guests.
I also saw someone started a new series called Cold Ones, where they're having a bunch of beer. I like that one as well. Good idea. Finally, we're gonna wrap things up with who to follow on the come up and babe of the day. Now I got a DM from Kid K 2013. He's a rapper from Gary, Indiana, who wants to give more attention to mental health issues and depression amongst the black community. Now he sent me a bunch of clips. Check him out for yourself. For babe of the day, we have Lindsay Brewer. She has 423,000 followers on Instagram at the time of this recording. She's 21 years old, and she stated that she's just trying to get that bread. So be sure to give her a follow. She's also got a YouTube channel, and she's an aspiring race car driver. So gentlemen, start your engines. Finally on the come up, we have Jeremy Johns. Now Jeremy is a YouTube reviewer with just under 80,000 followers on Instagram, but he has nearly 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube. His channel, it's been around for a long time. Everyone knows this guy, but recently he's seen a surge in popularity. He's the go-to movie review guy on YouTube, and I'm expecting to see a lot more of him in the future. He reviews all the latest movies coming out, and if you'd like to hear more about what movies you should see and what you should do, well, Jeremy is definitely your guy. He's a big personality, so not only do you get informed, but you also get entertained. There will be links to everything I mentioned down below. Alright guys, my name is Michael McCrudden, this is Famous News. Now this video, we almost didn't do it. Famous News is really hard to put together, but my team, they worked really hard, and they helped me get all these stories so we can do this each and every day. Well, at least Monday through Friday. If you guys are enjoying what we do, please subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in another video. Again, thanks for all your support. Go!